Welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils show. I'm Anthony Totri. This guy over here, that right there is Shane Dieffenbach. This guy over here, that's Erik Ruby. We got DJ Danielle behind the Mac making all the magic happening.
DJ Danielle. She takes pictures.
There we go, guys. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and wherever you get your podcast, drop a 5-star review if you haven't already. We've got a lot to get into today. We're talking ASU basketball transfers, ASU football transfers. We've got an ASU football player joining the show for an interview, but we're starting things off with a little something different, a little spice. Erik Ruby's calling out Mike Luke. He's making a statement today.
I feel like we've got a little too much Monday going on right now.
What does that mean?
Yeah, let's go.
Like, my allergies are really.
I know, Sam. Let's restart that transition into this segment. Erik Ruby said what to Mike Luke?
There we go.
Listen, when I'm producing the Wildcat show, I got to stand up for my people, for my Sun Devils, okay? And when I heard what I'm about to play you on this morning's edition of the PHNX Wildcat show.
The AZ Wildcats podcast.
Hello, you're listening to?
Okay.
This caught my attention. Let's roll the clip.
You've got to try to get the kids that are in state. And if you can get the kids in state, it's going to be good. I don't like what Dilly's doing in state right now. I am not thrilled with it. Dilly is getting good in state players. We need to be getting these players here.
They need to hold themselves to the same standard we do. We got them scared. Kenny's got them scared.
Mike Luke is shaking in his back BA boots.
Shaking.
That's tough. It's okay, Mike. We got room for you over here if you want to hop on over. You can bring T-Mac if you want. But, the ASU wide receiver room, it got an addition over the weekend.
Hold on. Let's talk about what Mike Luke just said. We have to bask in this a little bit. If you were to say that on this show, that's a whole segment.
Yeah,
on this show.
He's still got the whole back DA clip that I had to do.
Yeah,
It's tough.
It's really tough.
That is tough.
This shows that there is a movement that's being seen, and it's so relevant that the enemies are recognizing it.
The enemies.
You know how good you have to be at something for your enemy to pat you on the back? You got to be good at it. You got to be really good at it. And what this guy said, and I know it's rare air to breathe, but there's no liar at the helm of ASU football. He's not bullshitting.
Yeah.
When he came to ASU, he said he wants to get the best players with in-state and he wants to win, and he's been doing that.
Yeah, he's been getting some serious commits in-state, out-of-state, really everywhere, to be honest with you. And I think whether it be just in-state recruiting as it stands now, I think the thing that really sticks out to me is down the line, them still being in play for some really, really high-level talent, obviously.
It's only going to get better.
Yeah, it is only going to get better. And I think, again, all it takes to really unlock what Kenny Dillingham, Brian Carrington, Jason Mon, Sean Aguano can do on the recruiting trail, I think is just a bowl-eligible season. I think gets it done for you.
Exactly. It's exactly what you said about it. This started way before he started recruiting. It started when he was building his staff.
Yeah.
And you obviously retained Sean Aguano, who was a longtime coach in Arizona high school football, but you also get Jason Mons, who's been talked about to come coach on the ASU staff when he first got here because of his connections. Oh, I don't know. He was the high school coach for forever at the high school football program in Arizona, in Saguaro. Like, that is going to pay dividends down the line.
I think that definitely what you said also, Totri, where like this is what they're doing right now. And a U of A fan will tell you and be quick to point out all the flaws in the past couple of years with Arizona State football, all the places that they've gone wrong, all the bad record, all the whatever, right? But now they're recognizing, well, crap. If he's able to do this right now, and he's able to get these good recruits, it's just going to be basically dominoes after that. You've dropped the first domino, which is getting the good in-state players to just commit for the first time and to come here. Then they actually come, play, win games. That just continues, and it's on, it's on, it's on. And whether they want to admit it or not, I think that was a little bit of a slip. Like, this is something that you should keep an eye on. This is something you should be worried about. And they did go on to mention the staff and how important that is. And they almost even said it in a slightly dismissing way with like, oh, of course they're going to do that because of the guys they have on their staff. It's like, that's kind of the point. Like, that's why you should be worried.
Yeah. And it's also good that they're not, keeping themselves to just the in-state recruiting. Some of their biggest recruits are coming from their out-of-state pipelines. You think of California, you think of Louisiana, you think of Texas, obviously,
Washington.
It's huge. It's only going to get better from here.
Yeah, it really is. And
like the 2025 class is so good already.
Yeah, it's already 13th overall.
And you have to think of the 2025 class as Kenny's real first class.
Yeah.
Because this is his first year, full season of being able to recruit.
Yeah.
2024, you just kind of throw out, and that's not a bad class by any means, but this shows the potential. What are they right now nationally?
13.
It's not bad.
That's insane.
No, you absolutely. Again, you're coming off a 3-9 season. A 3-9 season. The NCAA just handed down its full thing on the investigation, and Arizona State's in the news for the wrong reasons. Yet Kenny Dillingham is finding ways to get people to commit to Arizona State, and he's doing it without as much money NIL wise as some of these other programs. Again, not only is winning going to unlock players wanting to come here, it's going to unlock a message, I think, to the donors of like, okay, we're ready, right? Now, help us out now. You can see what we can already do when we don't necessarily have every tool in the toolbox. So it's, again, Arizona State is going to be a problem, I think, down the line. 2024, I think, is going to be a big year just in terms of trying to actually get results. And you see Kenny Dillingham and the staff, again, not only with just recruiting, but the transfer portal, like we're going to talk about, trying to fill positions of need and going out there and getting some of the best players available in the transfer portal. Kenny Dillingham thought that Malik McClain was one of those players. Former Penn State and Florida State wide receiver Malik McClain committing to Arizona State. The transfer news coming out, I believe, just last night. What was your guys' initial thoughts seeing, first off, just the size of this kid?
Yeah, the size is awesome. I mean, it's all potential with him. He had a pretty good recruiting list. He had a couple promising games as a true freshman at Florida State with Jordan Travis and company, but it just never really worked out for him. There was never really any consistency from game over game, and whether that be a part of him not thriving in that system or just not really getting the opportunity to is still to be seen. And Penn State's not really the school to go to if you want to be a high level pass catcher. But still, it is that. I mean, the first thing that came to mind was, how does a 6'4", 240 whatever pound big body receiver not put up many numbers without many injury concerns? Only played 3 games last year, but had 2 full seasons at Florida State.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of that maybe has to do with just the talent that they have out there.
Oh my God, yeah.
At Florida State is pretty ridiculous. So this is what we have on Malik McClain. Again, 6'4", 200 pounds. He was a 4-star recruit coming out of high school. Through his 3 years of college football, 39 total catches, 467 receiving yards, and 6 touchdowns.
6 touchdowns is good efficiency.
Yeah. And Shane, to your point earlier, right, this kid is a lot of untapped potential.
For sure.
And I think you're getting a guy where immediately the size is something that this wide receiver room could use. Outside of a guy like Troy Omeire and Corbin Hendricks, a lot of these wideouts are on the smaller side, or they're not necessarily seen as possession big body wide receivers. You've got a lot of speed guys.
The number one thing with this guy is, if when you watch him, it's the eye test. Like, he's 6'4", he can move. He's really good with his technique, and his body control is elite for somebody who's 6'4". However many, like he the eye test is there, and that's a huge thing when it comes to bringing a guy in that didn't have a ton of output prior.
Yeah, and to me, it makes sense to come to a place like ASU with a coach like Kenny Dillingham, especially because with his size and with his ability to maybe do some certain things just on a raw athletic scale, you can see where he fits into the offense, and he doesn't necessarily overlap with it. Like, yes, they lost Elijah Badger, but an already good wide receiver room, still one of the more solid on the team. He still comes in there and fits a role that nobody else there really has. And plus with Kenny, and he likes to do a lot of run blocking and whatnot, you like to have a big body out on the field just to have those different types of options. And like you said, good efficiency with the touchdowns. Like the potential is there, right? Yeah. And I think right now when you're ASU, some of the best that you can get with your current situation is who has the most potential. And I think he's up there for guys in the portal right now. It's like, what could you be, right? Have faith in the coaching staff, have faith in how they're going to scheme everything around you, come here and thrive. And I feel like he's a prime candidate, maybe out of all the guys who are coming here and transferring, to take that big step because they came here and had a lot more responsibility on their plate.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how they incorporate McClain into the offense, especially considering he wasn't here for the spring. And a lot of these guys have already kind of solidified themselves in terms of tiers of that room. Just based off the eye test, like you said, great body control, great hands, great strength. For me, it doesn't really look like he's got that next gear to really be a speed guy and run past defenders, but he doesn't need to be that guy on this team. They got Jordan Tyson. They got Xavier Guillory.
He runs a 4.5 40.
In game, though, it doesn't look that fast.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a product of his size.
And limited tape, again, right? Like, he could be. This is just what we've seen from him being out there. But, again, you want to have a security blanket for a young quarterback in a first-year offense in a new school. Go out, go get him a 6'4", 200-pound wide receiver, and just let him throw it around. And you look at, I think we spend a lot of time talking about the size of this team in terms of, okay, the old ASU teams didn't necessarily possess the size and the length up front that they needed to be competitive. Kenny and company have done that in the trenches, and now you start to see them working their way out roster-wise in terms of DBs and wide receivers, just getting bigger.
Yeah. It's also, you have the luxury to bring in a guy like this. You don't need to bring in a guy that you know is going to produce. Like, if this doesn't work out, it's fine. Like, it's okay. You have a lot of options at the receiver room, but of course you're gonna try to hit a jackpot right now. You don't need to, of course, 100%. You would love to have Elijah Badger here, duh. But the fact that you lose your number one wide receiver, what am I, Scooby-Doo, number one wide receiver? The fact that you lose your number one wide receiver and probably a top 10 Big 12 wide receiver
absolutely
next year, and it's like, we're okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's huge. That just shows you the amount of talent and the amount of depth they have in this receiver room. So being able to bring in a guy like this, and if he doesn't work out, it's fine. It's an embarrassment of riches. It's a great thing.
And he was with Florida State when Kenny was there. Yeah. Right. It just, again, furthers the idea of people once you are in a conversation or a meeting with Kenny Dillingham and you play under him and you have conversations, you have a relationship, people want to come and play for Kenny Dillingham.
Yeah, you want more.
Like, it's whether it be, Cole Martin getting recruited, whether it be Marcuston Douglas, Shane's favorite tight end. Like, it does really mean something that these kids, years after spending time with Kenny Dillingham, whether it be for a season or 2 or months or whatever, it always comes back to, we can trust him.
Yeah.
He's going to keep it 100 with us at all times.
And I think that's also like word of mouth as well, right? Because obviously anybody who has come into contact with him, who has been coached by him, who's been mentored, recruited by him, has a positive reflection of who he is. They're going to go around, they're going to talk about everything, right? And you're going to hear secondhand, man, that Kenny guy is so great. Oh man, he's really smart. He's really genuine. And he actually, I felt like he cared about me. And that is almost just as important as everybody who has been with him, continuing to try to be with him in the future, is even somebody who hasn't come across Kenny Dillingham or his staff personally. Mm-hmm. You hear all these stories. Oh man, my friend was, whatever. They've had a really good story about Kenny. Oh, look at him, congratulate people on doing good things for their career, even if it doesn't benefit him. Oh, well, now my time comes that I need to find a home because I don't feel welcome or I don't feel properly utilized. And now I hear Kenny knocking at my door. I already have an idea of you in my head, and it's a positive one, and that's going to pay a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Is that I wish that was the Chad Johnson.
Yeah, it's so just cool. I just finished eating some McDonald's.
Yeah, one laptop has no stickers. What's up with that? I would say that all of our laptops and the stickers are a reflection of who we are as people.
What does Eric say about him? That he's just a company man?
He's a company man through and through, man. Company man through and through.
What does mine say? Chaos?
Yeah, yours is like the toy chest at a daycare. It's just like,
and I'm spreading misinformation online. Is that accurate?
no, I don't think think that's necessarily
I don't think
accurate.
so either. What does
Maybe
yours say?
some further digging.
You're boring.
I got nothing. That's what it says.
Huge.
Look.
Huge. Short about saying a friend at Penn State says he's a great kid. He's a super athlete. Love that. Well, I mean,
I'm a great kid and a super athlete.
Kenny has always said that they want to bring in good people.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's his main goal is good people. That will make the program work. Good people. So if that is true, if your friend is telling the truth, that's huge.
And the roster is complete. This is it. These are the guys.
It's always smiling. Let's go.
These are the guys.
All my homies love people that smile.
That are going to be rolling out for the Sun Devils in 2024. What do we think of this wide receiver room as it stands right now? And where do we potentially see? I know it's super early. We haven't even seen him. But where would you, if you had to make a guesstimate, put Malik McClain in this depth chart?
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's tough. That's really tough.
It's not tough. It's just it's mean. Why would you? What are you, a dino? I don't know.
That'd be my dino roar.
So if I have to, if this is ESPN and we're just doing it.
That's Nike, not ESPN.
No, ESPN just does shit for no reason. God, I hate you. I'm not even looking at the depth chart. I'm just gonna go 6.
Okay.
Feels right.
Where are you going?
But I have no idea. I mean, this is a guy who has the range to be from the top to the bottom of the depth chart. Like truly.
I think that's a really fair assessment as far as he could be anywhere by the time the season actually comes. But you can also argue like you've guys.
Don't
like
be
Jake
nice
Smith,
to Mike Luke.
Melquan Stovall, like Guillory, Jordan Tyson obviously is who we're assuming is going to be the
your number
one
right now?
Tyson.
Jordan Tyson.
Yeah.
Tyson's 1. Jake Smith is 2. Guillory is 3. But I say that in depth chart, but Jake I feel like is going to line up more in the slot.
I think Jake is the best receiver on the roster, in my opinion. I think he is
right now.
I think he is. I mean, I haven't seen enough out of Jordan Tyson to warrant that yet.
But you've seen enough of Jake Smith?
Yeah, in practice.
Practice.
Hell yeah, I have.
But Tyson's put more tape together.
Well, he put tape together his freshman year, and he's a completely different player now.
Yeah.
We just don't know. I think Jake Smith is the best receiver on this roster, but he's obviously not your X because he doesn't play like an X. He plays like a A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Like he plays every position.
But he's gonna probably. I see
Jordan
him more in the
Tyson's your
slot.
X receiver. Like he's a true X receiver.
But think about that. All the top 3 wide receivers, right? Assuming they're the 3 that I named, right? Xavier Guillory, Jordan Tyson, Jake Smith.
You put Guillory over
Omer.
Really?
Yeah. I think those.
What have you seen out of Guillory that we because I remember last year the hype was unbelievable and the injury shut him down. Obviously, like
the injury and then the hand stuff. Obviously, being able to like just simply catch the football, whether that be a mental thing or whatever, I think that is something that has been fixed. And I think last year again, Xavier Guillory gets a lot of shit last season based off of the performance that he had after all of the hype, but the quarterback situation, the offensive line situation, the offensive coordinator situation. All impacted him and obviously the rest of the team. But he is still just like, he's a presence out there when he is playing. He's a very, very talented wide receiver. And I think bringing in Hines Ward and the departure of Elijah Badger, it really created a place where he can truly take his game to the next level, be his best self.
Yeah.
And he's not a 1 here.
I think it's close. I think it's really close between him and Troy. The only reason why I give Troy the upper hand is because of how much development we've seen from him. And obviously Guillory's been stymied by injuries and not being able to see the practice field as much as you would want this early. Fall's going to be a huge telling point with this. Like we'll be able to tell real fast on who's going to be where, but the strides figuratively and literally that this man has made in Omer, like he has looked like the best player on the field at points this spring. At
certain times he did last year during games too. Yeah. Like he was a very, very impressive talent.
It takes a lot for me to say throw a fade ball. I hate fade balls more than I hate coconuts.
Now you got 2 though.
I hate coconuts a lot.
Why do you hate coconuts?
Because I hate coconut flakes and things.
Coconut flakes?
Texture.
But you just dislike coconut.
No, coconut water's fine. Like busting open a coconut, it's fine.
You've ever bust open a coconut before?
No, I've never, but I want to.
It seems like pretty appealing.
Yeah, it does.
To bust open a coconut?
Pretty cracking.
Oh.
Not appealing.
Fair enough.
But I hate fade balls a lot. It's the lowest percentage thing in sports, and I want to throw a fade ball to Troy Omer. That's how talented and good he is 101.
He is a really talented
Plus,
wide receiver.
Dude, like the way he gets off the line at 6'4" is so stupid. I mean, it's like NFL good
Yeah.
for his size.
Well, and look, I think this is what you're going to have based off of where these guys play. I think you're probably looking at, let's say Jake's in the slot. I think Melquan Stovall is right behind him in the slot.
Yeah.
I think Troy is probably backing up X. What's X play?
No.
X or Z? I think he's more of an X.
Guillory?
Yeah.
He's more of a 2.
You think?
Yeah. I think Omier would be behind Jordan Tyson if Tyson is that. Omier is more of an X receiver. He's your go-do.
You're saying Omier behind Tyson?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then probably Malik McClain behind Xavier Guillory. Because who am I missing there? There's your 6.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I would put him there. I don't know where he.
Watch out for Corbin Hendricks too.
Yeah.
Just saying. He had a really,
I
really
feel like we're missing
Stovall.
somebody.
Jake Smith, Xavier Guillory, Jordan Tyson, Troy Omier, Melquan Stovall, Malik McClain, Corbin Hendricks. I don't feel like we're missing anybody. No? EK, but we're used to saying EK.
Yeah, I think that's probably it.
That's it. But look, regardless, this wide receiver room it's a deep room.
EK, Washington's not going to be able to afford EK now.
You don't think so?
They just paid $2 million to Grant Osabor. Did you see that?
Who is that?
The Utah
Basketball?
State.
Oh, basketball player?
Great Osabor got $2 million.
I want $2 million.
Yeah,
Let me hold $1.
don't have any.
You don't have a singular
No,
dollar?
it's all tied up in Swedish banks.
Damn,
They're dollars now.
talk about a lob, right? Talk about a lob.
I know, he
It's
just-
just
You lobbed it.
Yeah.
Lobbed it up, and he just missed it.
slam
And,
it home
Yeah.
off the backboard. No.
Yeah, I don't put my money in Swedish banks though.
You
Where-
put your money.
Where do I put it, Eric?
BetMGM.
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
Just straight into BetMGM.
Bounced it right off the
Yeah.
to
Well,
himself.
I also wasn't ready for an ad read. I was ready to keep talking about Great Osabor. I can't wait to bet on Great Osabor this year.
We got hours
His
of
name is
Osabor
Great?
talk.
Yeah.
G-
You seriously never heard about
No.
this guy?
What do you mean seriously never heard of this
Dude,
guy?
he was
Played
like-
basketball at fucking Utah State.
Utah State was a
Utah
wagon.
State was ranked. This guy doesn't know ball.
Just
Come
don't watch
on.
Utah State.
That's depressing.
No,
you know
it's not.
You know it's not depressing? Betting on Utah State. It's actually elite over at BetMGM. It is your go-to place to bet on the NBA playoffs, the NHL playoffs, and the MLB. Right now, new customers can sign up and get $1,500 back in bonus bets if your first bet loses when you use that code PHNX. It's the best thing. It's the best place you can be. What did you guys bet on any NBA action this weekend?
I did actually. Let me see what I had here for you.
You sounded almost British there. I did actually.
I did actually. You know what I had here?
The New York Knicks.
The Knickerbockers.
No, I had the Nuggets. I had the Nuggets after they went down 2-0. I had a future on them to not just win the series, but I think win it all at plus 1,600. I think it
Nice.
was at. So that's looking.
That's not bad.
It's looking a little juicy now.
So
It's
what
looking
were they
juicy
when
now.
they were down 2-0? What were their odds to just win the series straight up?
I don't know. I just took a future.
I was gonna take a title future on them because that was like the best odds you probably could have gotten them
Yeah.
at, but I just couldn't do that to myself because I hate them so much, and I would
That's
throw
fair.
up
That's fair.
if they won. Well, I got something for you guys, and it's a BetMGM parlay pick. It's a plus 581 juicer, squeezer, if you will. Over in the Celtics Cavs game, Thunder money line, Avs money line, all tonight plus 581.
You can still get the Thunder at plus money tonight.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
you throw $10 at that, you get
60 something.
$58
Yeah.
in profit, $68 back.
Boom. Look at
Over
that.
at
your math right
BetMGM. That's really impressive, Totri. And exclusively for you guys, BetMGM, you just got to sign up with the code PHNX. Place your first BetMGM sportsbook wager through the BetMGM mobile app for at least $10, and you'll receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets back if the bet loses. Check out the show notes for full details, and now listen to me talk about a disclaimer.
Bonus bets expire in 7 days. One new customer offer only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY 467-369 New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 Massachusetts. 21 plus only. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP Arizona. 1-800-BETS-OFF Iowa. 1-800-981-0023 Puerto Rico. First bet offer for new customers only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. See BetMGM.com for terms. U.S. promotional offers not available in New York, Nevada, North Carolina, Ontario, or Puerto Rico.
Usually we get a countdown of when that ad read's going to end and when our mics are going to be hot, and I didn't get that this time, and so that was my water bottle.
Gulp.
That was not me gulping.
I wish we could have
was the-
seen. I wish we could have seen. Yeah, the way he drinks water. No, you didn't want to lean into it this time. Have you ever seen him drink water?
I just did.
No, but like never mind.
He gets real into it.
Well, yeah, he gets sensual with his water bottles.
Talk to your Shady
But,
Rays.
yeah, I wanted to say, you know why this is a special episode today? It's because these Shady Rays have been missing for quite some time. We lost them, and by we, I mean me, lost them at Gerald's wedding months and months ago, and I have been in the market for some sunglasses because I can't find them. It's getting hot outside. The sun's out there. The haters are out there at all times. I can't block them out, but it's okay because I got my Shady Rays back. And for you, Shady Rays is the place to go for some shades. Do you guys prefer shades or sunglasses?
Sunglasses.
Sunglasses? You strike
Yeah.
me as a shades guy, really?
No, sunglasses.
Sunglasses?
Yeah. Why do I strike you as a shades guy?
You just.
Are you a shades guy?
I am a shades guy. Come on. I mean, not everybody can be a shades guy. You know, it's just like
You're so
You're born with
obnoxious.
it. You're born with
it.
guys, Shady Rays
Dude,
is
I
an
hate
independent
these
sunglasses
God.
company offering a world-class product rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Their shades have durable frames and crystal clear optics. They've got it all for you guys. They probably have a style in your favorite team's colors. Plus, if your shades ever go missing or take an unexpected hit, don't sweat it. They have the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair is backed by lost or broken replacements. And exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays giving out their best deal of the season. Head to shadyrays.com and use that code PHNX for 35% off. Polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people.
300,000?
300,000.
How many people is that?
Come on, math guy.
It's 150,000 times 2.
That's a little less than 3 people in Bryant Denny Stadium, or a little less than 3 times the people in Bryant Denny Stadium.
How many people do you think we could fit in this studio?
Who's the how many? What's the largest capacity college football stadium in the country?
Do you have a guess?
Just throwing it out there. Come on.
I mean,
it should be pretty easy.
I mean, I know.
it's widely known as the loudest stadium.
Is it Tiger Stadium?
Tiger Stadium?
Yeah.
Which
LSU?
Tiger? The
LSU?
Bayou?
The
Death
Bayou?
Valley? Yeah, it's Death Valley.
There you go. Which Tiger?
It could have been Auburn.
Yeah, I
Could
guess
have been
you're right.
Memphis.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
yeah, that's my
guess.
answer.
The
My answer,
Memphis
Memphis.
Tigers.
Brady White and his 150,000 people
Oh my
behind him.
goodness. Brady White, an Arizona State position coach,
Uh-huh.
ladies and gentlemen. Look,
Not this position though.
not this position, no. Linebackers. Let's go ahead and get into all things Arizona State's defense. Look, I'm gonna put my hand up. I was pretty confident that the linebackers were a slept-on group over the offseason just based off of their additions. I thought Keyshawn Elliott, do you want to say his name since I know you love saying it so much?
No, you love saying it so much.
Cyrus Fiaseu from San Diego State, and then Jordan Crook coming from Arkansas. I was pretty confident that those 3 paired with Tate Romney and some of those
Yeah.
other players could definitely hold down the fort. And I think they've done that. I think the competition in that linebacker room, Shane, you were out there. Like, it looks like some of the best competition anywhere on the team.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many different. We didn't even mention Caleb McCullough, who was here last year. Like, there are so many guys that have been rotated in and out of 7-on-7s, 11s, like that are going to play significant snaps, and you're going to need that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, again, Fiaseu and Keyshawn Elliott were the 2 for me because they had so much production at their last school. It was more of a like, okay, it makes sense. These 2 would come in and start. But Jordan Crook has been and was during the spring a really, really impressive player. There were times out there when we were watching 7-on-7s or team periods, and he would make a play and be like, who's 36 again?
Really good in coverage.
Yeah. Was really surprised as to just what he's capable of in that front 7 for
Kavion
ASU.
Too.
Yeah, Kavion Thunderbird. He's built like Will Schaefer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't get it out of my head. He's Will Schaefer 2.0. But back to Jordan Crook again, transferring over from Arkansas. We had Jordan Crook on the show, and by we, I think it was just me at that point months ago in December. Great dude. And we got the chance to catch up with him a little bit since then. Obviously, spring practice, spring ball is over. This is what Jordan Crook says the expectations are for 2024. We're joined now by Arizona State linebacker Jordan Crook. Jordan, thanks so much for taking the time today, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm happy to be here.
First off, before we even start talking about the team and spring ball, where is the chain, man? Where's the chain that you had?
Nah, my chain put up right now, man. Just put up. It's too early. It's too early to be putting it on, so it's just put up right now.
Love it, man. How we doing in terms of getting Brian Ward one of those?
Ah man, I actually gotta talk to Coach Ward about it, man. I know he talk about it all the time, but we gotta go and finalize something and go and put it in the works for real. Get him some going, you know.
B Ward D Cord. That's what the chain needs to say, man. That's what
That's
the chain
it.
needs to say.
That's it.
How spring ball go for you, man?
Man, it went great, honestly. I feel like I had a pretty good showing. It was what I expected, is what I wanted. I just went out there and just, kind of put my head down and just work. I had a great spring ball, got closer with my teammates, got closer with my coaches and things like that. Overall, it just was a great spring ball.
Has it felt and did it feel a little bit different than when you were at Arkansas? And what specifically about it felt a little different?
Um, Honestly, just like the overall culture, I just kind of felt a different vibe in the building every day. Like, what I'm saying? It was just, you know, it was exciting. Like, everybody happy to be there. Just things like that. Just little things, honestly, that stood out, that I noticed, the biggest differences. But, overall, I mean, it was great.
Your position group, such a unique one on this ASU roster, because the majority of it is made up of transfers or guys last year who didn't really play, right? Or even freshmen, where you got some of these other position groups that do have guys that have been here for a couple of years. Did you feel like that maybe helped you guys build a little bit of chemistry, just in terms of the fact that you, Zyrus, Keyshawn, some of these guys, they weren't Arizona State Sun Devils last season? Did that help you guys maybe?
Uh, I feel like you said, obviously it's more transfers like than people like that kind of came back. But like, I just feel like everybody kind of came in and honestly just kept their head down. Like I feel like everybody like took the mindset of like everybody on the new slate. Like it don't really matter like what everybody did at their old schools or even what you did at this school last year. Like everybody just was like on a clean slate and like almost starting at zero, like, and that's fair at the end of the day. So, like, that's kind of how everybody approached it. And then, like, I think we got closer like that. Everybody just approached it like, what I'm saying? It was, everybody knew it was a competition in the room. Like, I think everybody embraced it and had fun when, like, what I'm saying, throughout the whole spring.
Yeah, you mentioned the competition aspect of it, right? You guys do have a bunch of dogs in that linebacker room. What was your first impression of a guy like Keyshawn and then another one of your teammates in Zyrus?
Oh yeah, no doubt. I noticed quickly like those guys can play. Some guys I want to play next to, obviously. And I definitely picked up on it quick. In different ways, like just from what I've seen, like from the play of those two and things like that. And then even the returning guys. So like I noticed everybody had some to their game, like what I'm saying, that can bring what I'm saying, bring something to the game, like
Yeah.
in a way.
For you, what was your like highlight, your favorite moment of spring ball, whether that be during one of the practices or just at any point during your time in Tempe while spring ball was going on?
Honestly, I enjoyed like the night scrimmage on this Saturday. I thought that was pretty cool. I think that was my favorite day of spring ball, like that Saturday. Or like even though one time when Money got that pick six, like and the whole defense ran, I thought that was cool too.
What'd you think of
Um,
the one-on-ones?
I thought the one-on-ones was fun, like the one-on-one competition. I thought that was cool too. I like it was definitely different for me. I thought it was cool though. I liked it, like just the atmosphere and things like that. I definitely enjoyed that part of like that portion of practice every day.
Was there anybody specifically that you want to see in one-on-ones in the fall?
Yeah, really got to see me again for sure. We already been talking about it. But me and Coach Dillingham already talked about it. Like I'm going to offense this time, so yeah, we finna get right.
They're gonna have you running offense. They got leak on you in the back.
Yeah, we finna get that. We expect to see that in the fall. Expect to see that. No
I'm here
doubt.
for it, man. If you played offense, what position they gonna have you at?
Running back for sure. I played running back before I played backer. Like yeah, I even play. It's on my sophomore high school film. Like I play a lot of offense.
So we got you. You're good for 5-10 carries a game.
Nah, yeah, no doubt. Like I definitely like the running back definitely translate to my linebacker play. I can definitely say, you know.
Makes it easier for you. You feel like you're able to kind of get an idea pretty early on as to where they're going, what they're doing.
Yeah, it's like easier to like, match backs, like, you know what I'm saying, just being that played on the like the other side of the ball and stuff like that. Like it's easier to, what I'm saying, just kind of see it, match the backs, kind of see where they're gonna go, like know where they're gonna go, things like that. So just little tendencies and stuff.
Yeah, let's talk about that, man, because Arizona State, obviously, as you're going through spring ball, working out with some of these guys, team meetings, the ASU linebackers, obviously, they're such a unique group, right? You got the Carlos Brooks, who didn't necessarily do a whole lot during the spring because he was going through what he's going through, but you got Cam Scatterbull, you got Raleek Brown, got Kyson Brown, who's a lot bigger this year. You've obviously got the freshmen coming in the fall. Just what was it like from your perspective going up against such a unique group? You got Scat, who is a bruiser, and then you got Raleek, who
Yeah,
is going to try and outrun everybody.
yeah, nah, no doubt. Like I think like that's so key, like having a running back room, and it's so cool, like because everybody kind of different in their own way, like. Not one person is just the same back. Like they not all the same type of running back. Like you said, like Lee, he a scat type of guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Scat, he more so like kind of all around like Sip, like he run hard. Like, even the Carlos, he was out like the Carlos was a great back. Everybody got like their own type of like style to the game, and I feel like that's real key, and I feel like we're gonna be able to use everybody in a good way.
Yeah, definitely. I think ASU fans certainly excited to see that ASU offense, but I think there's a lot of people excited to see that ASU defense just because there is so many new pieces during the spring. Obviously, I think there was a lot of eyes on the DBs just because there were so many new ones. But I've been pretty big, man. That I think that the linebacker room has got some dogs, and people don't necessarily give you guys enough credit for what you did prior to your time at ASU and what you could do this year in Brian Ward's scheme. For you getting through a whole spring ball in this system, what stood out to you most about playing defense in a Brian Ward defense?
Honestly, just the aggressive style. I think that's what stood out the most, and like the third down defense. Like I gotta say that. Like obviously that's a big one. But I think those two stood out the most to me. Just simply because it was similar to what I ran at Arkansas, but it was different in a way. So it had many different pieces to it, that I really, I was like, oh, okay, and it was just different for me, like things I honestly hadn't seen before,
Mhm.
that kind of just wowed me honestly. So I mean, I had fun, learning the new things, enjoying it. I definitely had a good time.
I want to ask you just a little bit about the transfer portal, and not so much like entering it in that whole process. Obviously, you've done that, but was it a little bit of a relief for you to finish spring ball and then just kind of like exhale and not have to worry about that whole side of it again? Because you got guys all over the country more now than ever hitting the portal right after spring ball.
Man, nah, no doubt. I mean, that's at the end of the day, just going through what I've been through, man. You know what I'm saying? Just knowing it's gonna be all right. It's just like you said, like a sigh of deep breath. Man, it's a good feeling. I can definitely say it's a good feeling, cause man, boy, boy, did I tell you,
It's the Wild West.
man.
What was it? What was that? I mean, obviously it was a while back, right? So this is kind of outdated. But what was that process? And I think I asked you this the last time we talked. But was it really that hectic of a process, like putting your name in the portal and then just kind of like dealing with all of that?
Nah, I mean, it was just just being in the process a second time, you kind of see it, you already kind of seeing through all the fake stuff, you know what I'm saying, and that type of stuff, that's really kind of why I shut it down earlier. I
Yeah.
was just my whole, thought process. I was I'm gonna go, with some people that I know, you know what I'm saying, and when Sam called me, that's what, and I was like, I'm not taking no visions nowhere else,
Yeah.
that ain't even, look, I'm trying to play, you know what I'm saying? And that was my mindset. So if anything else, I really wasn't trying to hear it, honestly.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Look, enough X's and O's, enough football. I told you beforehand that we talked with CJ a little bit, and I wanted to see just how you would answer the questions that we asked CJ. Nothing to do with football. Okay, nothing to do with football. So starting off, this is a question that we ask a lot of people, just in terms of, are you big into music right now?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So are you keeping up with the whole Kendrick and Drake stuff going on?
Yeah, I've been keeping up with it.
Okay, before I get into that other question, who's winning? Who you think's winning right now?
I feel like Kendrick winning right now. Just to be honest, like I really do feel like he winning. I feel like he hitting at the right time. He's saying the right things that need to be said. He going at the right things. Like, yeah, I feel like he winning right now. Just to be honest.
Yeah, he is. It's tough. It's tough to watch,
Yeah.
man. I would just like to throw out there, I feel like if Cole was in it, I feel like if Cole didn't back off, I feel like we'd be having a little bit of a different conversation. But that's neither here nor there. I'm a Cole guy. I'm a Cole guy.
Yeah, Cole hard.
If you had to set up a music festival, the Jordan Crook Music Festival, you get 3 headliners, dead or alive. Who is headlining your music festival?
I gotta go Michael Jackson. Everybody
Okay.
gonna turn to Michael Jackson. I really gotta go Biggie.
Okay.
And then my last one, this gonna sound bad, like, because of what's going on, bro. But you gotta put Drake up there. Like,
Yeah.
everybody know Drake. Like, that's like he got classic songs everybody gonna sing to. Like, if I'm thinking like a festival type, everybody got wanna sing along. Like, them the 3 people
Yeah.
I'm gonna get. It's like, you know what I'm saying? They gonna turn it up, you know.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fair. CJ said Marvin Gaye,
Okay.
Alicia Keys,
Okay.
and Lil Wayne.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay. That's not bad though.
Nah.
I really forgot about Lil Wayne. I ain't even gonna lie to you, said Lil Wayne.
Nah, it's those. I mean, I feel like I can't choose between the two because your 3 versus his 3 are so different, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, yeah, that's a different. Yeah, nah, it ain't the same. It
Nah,
ain't the same.
totally
You
different.
can't
Totally
compare them
different.
two.
For you, okay. Let's say you're on a deserted island. Okay, you could bring 2 of your teammates, and you could bring 3 things. And now these 2 teammates and the 3 things can either be to help you get off the island, which is where CJ went, or you can kind of just accept the fact that this is life on this deserted island now. Who are you bringing and what are you bringing?
I'm bringing Clay. Gotta bring Clay.
Is Clay bringing his lizard? He's bringing the
He
monitor
bringing
lizard?
he bringing him. He eats Texas like I already know. That you need somebody like that. I'm bringing Clay, and I'm probably bringing Keith. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna bring them 2. And 3 things you said:
Yep.
a phone.
It's tough. Survival, Jordan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some water. I really want to say some water,
Do it.
and then a charger. You're gonna have to have a charger. If I got some water in my phone, I promise you I'll be all right. In the
Okay.
charger.
Do you think you get off the island before CJ?
Ah, yeah, nah, I got the right people with me. We trust. I got the right people. I got
I
the
love
right
it.
people.
I love it, man. Look, last question before we get you out of here. There is a right answer, I think, to this question. It's one of my co-hosts. It's his favorite question to ask. What do you think is the biggest animal you could kill with a sword? And they're trying to take you out. Okay, they're trying to take you out.
What, a bear?
A bear? You think you're taking out a bear?
Nah, not with a sword.
CJ said an elephant, which is pretty crazy.
That's what I was thinking at first, but you said that's attacking you though. Like, would an elephant attack you?
Yeah, like he's just running you down. There's no way.
Yeah, nah, it ain't nothing you can do then.
Nah. CJ said he
I'm
was going to try
thinking
and
like,
sneak up
see, when
behind
you
it.
said sword, I'm thinking like stab, like I could probably stab.
Yeah.
Like that what I was thinking. Yeah, I don't know. What would be the big? Well, what's the right answer?
I think a cow is the right answer. Right? Because a cow is big, but it's not like
It's not just like, yeah, I know what you're saying.
a cow, maybe a deer, but anything you
Yeah.
a bear, a rhino, a hippo, hell nah, dude. Hell
nah,
nah.
you probably out.
Yeah, you're done
Probably
for
out.
sure, dude. You're done
Yeah,
for
no
sure.
doubt.
Oh my
Probably out.
gosh. Jordan, before we get you out of here, obviously you guys got summer workouts, that type of stuff before we hit fall camp, Camp Tontazona in the 2024 season. Do you have a message to Sun Devil fans or just any words at all for Sun Devil Nation ahead of the 2024 season?
Just stay down and trust. That's it. Just stay down and trust and just watch us work. That's it. You know, it's gonna be a lot of flying around, fast, physical, aggressive football. You know, and like that's our identity. We're gonna have fun doing it. And I mean, that's it.
Absolutely. Arizona State linebacker Jordan Crook, thank you so much for taking the time today, Jordan.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
What a great interview. What a delicious interview.
I love it. A delicious interview.
Yeah, delicious.
Wow.
A lot to sink your teeth into there. Almost as much as our friends over at Illegal Pete's.
Shane didn't like that.
I can tell by the face. He was completely out of it. But you know what you will like, Shane? Patio beers.
Yeah, I mean, I already do like them.
So do I have you
Largs.
back on this ad read now?
What?
Do I have you back in? Patio beers have you back in?
No, it's going to take a little bit for me to forgive you.
What about the strongest margarita in Arizona?
No, yeah, like Illegal Pete's has my love.
But me?
He's talking specifically about you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell the people about the irresistible drinks and mouthwatering food that can fill all your heart's desires over at Illegal Pete's. Not only do they have great food, great drinks, but they also have great deals. And right now, they're here to bring you a win with their legendary sound check deal. Bring in your ticket stub from any ticketed event and get a draft beer or house margarita for a penny. Illegal Pete's wants to celebrate with you, whether it's a pregame or postgame party. They got you covered on all your game day needs. What you got going on over there?
He's got clammy hands.
I do not. Wait, do I?
Yeah, they were really clammy.
Let's see.
That's
Put
not
him
good
up on the
audio. Stop that. Cut that out.
Rate 5-star whenever you get your
JJ, trust me, we're
podcast.
getting there. Don't worry. I was waiting for you to spawn. You have great timing, brother.
That is true. He does have great timing.
Actually, sometimes he's like jumps in at the start of the show and is like,
Basketball.
BJ Green. We're like, hold on.
Go pull other things first. But make sure you purchase an adult entree to redeem Illegal Pete's sound check deal. Illegal Pete's, your go-to spot for burritos, buddies, and beer.
Now, look, everybody's going to be on their way to go get themselves a patio beer, maybe some tacos, a burrito bowl. Before you make your way to Illegal Pete's, guys, stop at your local Circle K. Fill up on gas. They got
Thirst
great
shop!
deals for you. Like Shane said, they're America's thirst shop, and they're helping you save money every day with Inner Circle. It's their new free membership program that's going to help you save 25 cents per gallon on your first 5 fill-ups. And then every day after that, you're going to save 3 cents per gallon every day. They have it all over at Circle K. Not just great deals on gas, but great deals on snacks and sweet treats as well. Thirst,
Sweet treats, huh?
meet your match. Enjoy your member-exclusive beverage deal. Inner Circle members like you can get any size Polar Pop or Froster for just 69 cents now through September 3rd. Find it in the app under Inner Circle and offers. Join Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit circlek.com for details.
JJ, basketball time.
There it is. There
It's
it is.
basketball time.
Time to talk hoops.
We didn't get crazy breaking news like the Phoenix Suns did when we were out at the Keep 100 golf tournament that made Erik run back to the studio.
He didn't run. I saw him bear crawl.
Yeah. All fours from Mesa to
That's
Phoenix.
not true. So let's not spread misinformation, guys.
Okay, you're the one.
Yeah.
You're the one
Says
with the
their
sticker.
Yeah, but it was very fun. It was large. It was 6'8", 210. Brandon Gardner.
Yeah, just
Transferring to
slightly smaller than
ASU.
me.
Yeah, just slightly.
Yeah.
This is exciting. And if I had to describe Brandon Gardner in one word, you know what it would be? Dunk.
Dunk?
He dunks everything.
Does he?
Oh my God. Everything. Like that, he is trying to dunk the ball on every possession. Dude is an athlete.
Dunk man?
He's got a good handle for being 6'8". And yeah, last year was a weird year. People are going to look at this. They're going to scoreboard, or they're going to
Box score.
They're going to box score watch. Thank you, and see one game played, 2 points, and that's all. He had a foot injury that kept him out all of last year. Had to medically redshirt, so he's a redshirt freshman.
Yeah,
redshirt freshman that was the number 5 player in the state of New York coming into USC. Was originally committed to St. John's, and then he saw Patino and was like goodbye. And
like, I'm gonna go dunk
then he
elsewhere.
went to the savior Andy Enfield, who is no longer at USC. But yeah, really exciting, guys.
Yeah, dunk is a perfect way to describe him.
He's a basketeer.
He just goes up and gets it. And there's a little bit of concern with a foot injury with somebody who...
Foot injuries could be anything, though. You never really know with these. My guess, I've tried to kind of figure out the exact of what it is, but my guess is it was bad enough that it kept him out an extended period of time, but not the entire season. And he just decided to scratch the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that it is or isn't something that's extremely like worrying.
Yeah.
Just in general, foot injuries with high-flying athletes that have big bodies, it's something to keep in mind, but it's not something to like tamper your expectations at all, because he will bring a dynamic, especially a rim running dynamic, huge lob catching threat, which is great for this team as well, especially with some of the more outside gravity some of the other transfers have gotten. And this entire basketball roster just looks completely different, not only just in talent level, but in play style as well from last season.
Yeah, size, athleticism. It's going to be interesting. The thing that I don't want to see from Brandon Gardner, and that they don't need to see from Brandon Gardner, I hope you're listening, is I don't know. Again, it's been a while since he's attempted a shot in a game, aside from the one shot he made. His jump shot is very funky looking. His support hand is over here, and he shoots like this. Like he shoots like a big man.
He is a big man,
but it definitely isn't the strength you need. And so, and the strength you need is down low. And this was a really good find for I mean, what did we say? We said there are 1, maybe 2 scholarships left on this roster, depending on Bryson Long. And what did we want to do with him? We wanted to go grab a guy that would help this team rebound and help this team with its size. Yeah. And look what you got. 6'8", can jump out of the gym, loves dunking. We love that.
Yeah, and coming out of high school, dude had offers from Alabama, Illinois, Kansas, NC State. Like, this is a guy that was legit, pretty highly recruited out of high school. As a senior in high school, obviously the numbers different than his freshman season at USC because of the injury, but averaged 12 points, 10 boards, 2 blocks per game, was named Mr. Basketball in New York, was also ranked as the
King of New York,
number 77 overall recruit by Rivals, and listed as a composite number 2 player in the state of New York by 24/7 Sports.
Also, continuing the trend of what I said, he went to Christ the King Regional High School. What is with these names? Word of God, Christ the King. It's funny.
And they all come play for Bobby Hurley. But yeah, the East Coast thing is real, as JJ said. Hurley loves his East Coast guys, especially, you know, a guy that loves to dunk. And this is it's a statement transfer for ASU. Like, you can say what you want about his playing time. You can say what you want about, you know, the injury, the potential. The bottom line is the dude is 6'8", and you can't teach that. And he's an athlete. He's a true athlete. You can teach it. Trust me, I've learned.
Just go ahead and watch some tape of his EYBL highlights. Dude loves dunking, and that's huge.
And you guys could probably totally disagree with me on this.
The ball,
but kind of ironic. I feel like Bobby Hurley and Kenny Dillingham both getting transfers in a guy like Malik McClain and then Brandon Gardner,
big bodied with potential.
Yeah, potential written all over these two. They have you know, I think everything to go out there and be superstars with these teams. Now, whether they do that is, you know, kind of up to them and how they fit in the system and their teammates and the chemistry and all that. I think more so the chemistry when it comes to Gardner for ASU hoops, just because chemistry is a big question for me based off of what we saw last year.
Last year, it's every year.
Yeah.
Like the reason why a lot of these teams, you know, start out hot is because of their talent in conference play. And a lot of guys are kind of meshing together, but the reason why you see that lull is a lot of chemistry issues. Like when the going gets tough, can this team stick together? And in the last couple of years, Hurley's teams in the middle of the season kind of wah. Yeah. But then they find it at the end, and that's because they've been playing together for a while. This team is so talented that I feel like once they get in the gym together in the next couple months, they're going to feel how special this team can be.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's different.
This is a tournament roster?
Yeah, I think so. On paper, 100%. 100% on paper.
And that's the thing. It all has to come together.
But that's Bobby Hurley's teams in the past. Like, that's just the story.
I mean, I know it's still a story in the past, but that still doesn't take away from it being.
I'm agreeing with
you.
Like that's what it is every year. Is you look on paper, you get excited. What was I saying 3 months ago? Like in 2 months, they're going to get some crazy transfer from the University of Milwaukee, which they did. I'm going to get so juiced on his highlights, which I have, and they're going to get a guy that can dunk, which they did. And I'm going to be really excited for next year. But the question that's going to be in the back of my mind and in the back of every ASU mind, and rightfully so, is can this team work? And that's yet to be seen.
JJ bringing up the...
Well, that's the biggest news of the day.
Yeah, that is.
So if we're done with Brandon Gardner, we can...
Yeah, go ahead. Let's roll into it, man.
Breaking from Doug Tamaro, leaked by Bobby Hurley Jr. himself. Lil Bobby Hurley Jr. is the first ever ASU men's basketball player to graduate from Cronkite.
That's huge. That is huge.
Congratulations.
That's a major congratulations. Yeah. That's a tough program to graduate from.
Had to learn from my mother.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not easy.
Your mom's a saint.
Paula's, she's tough.
But still,
she'll put you through the ringer in there. She's a really tough grader.
Kind of like Bobby Hurley on the court, right?
Yeah, they're very similar. Very similar.
Coaching styles.
Yep. If you mess up, they're going to berate you.
Yeah.
They're going to yell at you.
Yeah.
And they're going to say, go to your room. And you're going to be like, Coach, where? I'm just going to go to the end of the bench.
But I haven't eaten dinner yet, Mom. I mean, Coach.
And he's like, I haven't eaten all day.
No, yeah. Major congratulations to Bobby Hurley Jr. Graduating, completing his degree. We all went to Cronkite.
Cum laude, too, yeah. I thought I saw. He said.
Good for him.
Good for him. Good for him. We don't have a clapping. Yeah, I was going to say, we don't have like a.
We do. It's somewhere in there.
There we go. There we go. Guys, anything else before we get out of here?
That's it.
Dunky dunk dunk dunk. Woo!
Real.
Okay. Guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. That is going to do it for today's episode of the PHNX Sun Devils Show. Go follow us on social at PHNX_Sun Devils for more ASU content every single day. 365 days a year, pretty much, especially if you're in the diehard Discord. Head over to gophnx.com. Click the little diehard tab. It's going to tell you everything that you unlock when you become a PHNX diehard. Discounts on events, on merch, access to the diehard Discord, diehard only content, and so much more. You can follow me on social at Anthony_Totri. You can follow this guy right here, Big Hat Man, at Erik Ruby. That is Eric with a K. You can follow DJ Danielle at Abrica Danielle across social media. You can follow this man right here, Big Pokey, Shane Dieffenbach himself, at Shane Dief.
Just getting juiced for 6'4" transfers and 6'8" transfers alike, as always.
And we will see you guys Tuesday at 2 p.m. But in the meantime, go Devils and peace.
We all silly like the mayor.